Hey guys, I'm back with a chat video. I think this is my first sit-down chatty video of 2020. I almost said 2019. I hope you guys have been doing well so far this year, and I hope and pray and wish all the best for you guys the rest of the year. So far, it has been pretty good for me. I've been doing really well. I did have a couple of not so fun days, but you know what? Let's move on past those. Yes. Nothing major whatsoever. Nothing major. I just to let you guys know, I suffer every so often. It's not constantly, but every so often I do have some anxiety issues, and there's a couple of triggers, and one of those, I guess you could say, got pulled about a week ago, but I'm doing okay. I am doing great now. It was actually worried over nothing. It was absolutely ridiculous, and I felt foolish afterwards, but other than that, you know, I've been doing great. So I have a few different things I want to chat to you about. I mentioned, I want to say it might have been in my last chat video about some different handbags that I was going to reveal for you. And I've already done one, the Gucci Marmont, in that pinky purple color. I love that bag. I've already used it twice since I've gotten it. I am not using it on a daily basis, even though I would like to. I'm just afraid of destroying it if I use it on a daily basis. And I will show you the handbag I use on a daily basis. I brought some of my handbags to show you because I'm thinking about selling two of them. Not the one I use on a daily basis. I love it. It's my favorite, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I am loving that Gucci Marmont in that medium size. It is a great bag. So I was almost put up one last Monday, and it honestly, guys, it just kind of slipped by me, and I went, oh shoot, I didn't do a video last Monday. My bad. I do have a couple already filmed, ready to go, 2 handbag reveals. One of them is not exactly a handbag, but it's in the handbag. It's a bag. It is in the family. And I was so excited. I'm gonna upload the video probably Monday of next week, or I might do 2 this week. I haven't decided yet. I was thrilled when I was able to get my hands on this, because this bag has been sold out every time that I have looked for the past year or 2. The handbag, it's not a bag. I keep calling it a handbag, but we'll just go with that. It's a bag. It's been pretty much sold out. I haven't been able to find it except like on Fashion File, just on the pre-love market. And I wasn't willing to buy it on the pre-love market. It wasn't something that I was like, I have to have it right now. I'll hope to get it one day, and maybe it'll come back in stock, because the website kept showing that it's still a part of their is collection the right word for a particular brand? It's still in their lineup of handbags or bags, but it was just always out of stock. So it came back in stock right around, I'm not really sure when it came back in stock, but when I found it, it was late December. And I was like, I snatched it up. I got it. I'll tell more about it. I've already filmed the video. I'm almost positive that I told how I ended up getting it and why I got it, but I'm telling you why I got it right now. But you'll hear more about that when I upload that video. But it came in. I was thrilled. You will be able to see that I'm thrilled with the bag in that video. I was still in one of those situations because lately several handbags have been coming into my life, and I was feeling maybe a little guilty about it. So I was on the fence, like, should I actually keep it or not? But then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep it. So a couple, 3 weeks went by, and after I committed, I'm gonna keep this bag, I decided to pack it, and it was gonna be my daily bag, or at least the bag for that day. And I was shocked how it packed. It's plenty of room. It had room for everything that I needed, you can imagine. Big enough for that. But as I was packing it, I noticed that it has an inconvenience to it, in that whatever you put on bottom of the bag, the way it stacks is, it's kind of, let's just put it this way without giving the bag away. It's tall, but kind of narrow. So whatever I put on the bottom of it, was kind of going to be hidden by whatever I put on top. And if I wanted to get to the item on the bottom, I was going to have to take all of the stuff on top out. And I was like, oh, I'm not happy with this. And then I started texting my friend Nikki, and I will admit, I got neurotic, I think, with this bag. And I was like, I told her, I was like, I'm going to return it. And then I texted her like 20, 30 minutes later, and it was like, I don't know. I wanted it for so long. I can't even remember how long I wanted it, but I'm going to say 4 or 5 years. And I was like, I don't know. I can't make up my mind yet. I'm going to repack the bag, then make up my mind. So I did repack it, and I did it in another way where I could still get to what I needed without having to pull everything else. So I was like, okay, I might be able to deal with this. And I still have a couple of more days before the return policy is over. But did I bring my phone? I took some notes. This is kind of what I was doing, just so you guys can be aware of my thought process. I wrote down some notes. I did it specifically for this one bag, but I could use this for any bag. And so I was asking myself some questions. I said, does it have a place in my handbag collection? I'm like, yes, there's actually a place for this particular bag in my collection. Do I like the aesthetic of the bag? I absolutely love the aesthetic of the bag, so I answered yes. Will it look good with my wardrobe? So my clothing. And I did put to be determined, because it is a casual bag, and I'm okay with that. So it was, I was to be determined of how it's going to look with my wardrobe. Then I got, is it functional? And then I put, and I'm still unsure on this, but I put not really. I have to take the stuff out. I have to take the stuff on top to get to the bottom of the bag. Is it large enough for my stuff? And I went, yes, but with a caveat. So that was just some notes that I kind of took myself, and I would love all the boxes, so to speak, to be checked yes. I still love the way it looks. It was still like, it brought me joy when I opened it, opened the box up when it came in, and I was like, I love it. I still love the look at it. It is so cute. Look of it, I should say. But it's just one of those things. How functional is it? And I would like to be able to use it, actually use it for a couple days, and then make up my mind about returning it. But the policy of the brand is that you can't use it if you return it. They give you a month and then say, but it has to be basically in the same condition that it came in, so it can't be used, which is frustrating. I understand, because if you return it, they want to be able to resell it, and that way the bag is not wasted. Which I completely get it, but I'm also like, but if I could use it, then I would be able to make up my mind for sure. So I believe, I'm about 95% sure I'm going to keep it, because I can only return it when you guys are watching this. If you watch it on Monday, that's when the video is going up. Monday is basically the last day I would be able to return it. And so I think I'm gonna keep it, because it's just something that I've wanted for so long, and I love the way it looks. There is it fits into my handbag collection. Is there a need? I don't think there's a need, other than, I think a need for handbags is basically like you would need one handbag in your life. Would be your need. But other than that, do we have a need for like multiple handbags? Absolutely not. So I don't ever like to put the word need in there, because I don't need these bags. I want them. But there is a place for it in my wardrobe, or my handbag collection. So anyway, I will either put that video up Wednesday or Friday of this week, or Monday of next week. If you, the reason I kind of went just to doing videos on Monday, and I don't have that many videos filmed, so that's kind of why I spread it out one a week. But if you guys want to see it earlier, let me know in the comments, and I may put it up Wednesday or Friday of this week. Just let me know if you guys are watching this video, if you want to see it before next week, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it. So anyway, I brought some handbags in here. 2 of these I'm thinking about selling, and I just want to know your thoughts. Would you keep them or would you not keep them? And the reason I'm thinking about selling them is because I am not using them. I like them both. I like the way they look, but I'm just not using them right now. And the first one is this super mini Marmont, or Gucci Marmont. And I cannot remember how to pronounce this leather, but it's like matte something. If anybody knows how to pronounce it, could you write it phonetically in the comments? Because I know what the word looks like, I just don't know how to pronounce it. But this is the super mini. I've had it since, I want to say I got it at the end of 2017. And I took it on my vacation that I went on in 2018 when I took a cruise to Europe, or around the Mediterranean. And I used it once or twice while I was on that trip, and then I didn't use it again. And I think I have worn it maybe twice since 2018. So yeah, there isn't really anything wrong with it. I think it's in excellent condition. I will tell you this, let me see if you guys can see, let me see. There's 2 threads sticking out right there. I don't know how well, I'm looking in the viewfinder, but I can't see them, so you guys may be able to see them right here. So there's no pop stitches. I have looked this thing over and I cannot see any stitches that have popped. They're all still intact. It's just coming out of the side of the bag right there. So I think I might just cut those off. I didn't even notice them till this week or last week. There are some scratches on the leather. It's nothing terrible. Initially, just by glancing at the bag, I can't even see the scratches, but as I look more closely, there's some scratches right here on the bottom. I'm looking on the flap. I don't really see anything too much, just a few right here, just because the leather is super, super soft. And as far as the double G's go, I don't really see any scratches at all. There does look to be like it might be tarnished just a little bit, but I will say that is kind of what the G's look like anyway when you see them. So let me know, would you guys keep this or not? And if not, what do you think I should sell it for? I was looking on Fashionphile's website, and I have a love-hate relationship with Fashionphile, and I will get into that in a minute. But I noticed that they had several of these, and I was thinking about selling it to see how much Fashionphile would give me for them. And one thing that I love that they do is that when they purchase a bag from a seller, they give you the money up front. Even if the bag doesn't sell. So I don't know how much they give. If anybody knows, I mean, I know it's different for every bag, but I know they're going to do some percentage of what it would probably sell for. So I would consider this bag in excellent condition, and I think Fashionphile would as well. And they are selling these for $100, almost. Okay, so the bag retails for, is it $8.90? I think $8.90. Or $9.80. It's one of the two. They are selling these for like $1,025 on Fashionphile's website, which blows my mind because you can still get this bag. I have seen it like on Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Gucci's website. I'm almost positive you can still get this in black from Gucci as well. So I'm thinking about selling that one. It is a little bit versatile, and you can wear, it has a very long strap that you can do crossbody. You can actually wear this as a belt, with a caveat in that your waist, I would say, needs to be, if you use the strap like this and this little clippy thing right here, your waist would need to be Probably under less than 30 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but maybe 75 centimeters. Less than 30, because I measured my waist and it's 30 inches, and I got this thing around, but it was tight and uncomfortable. So I would say probably if your waist was around 28 inches or less, it's probably going to fit you really good. If not, you could potentially get another chain, like at a crafting store, and just a chain that's probably in this color, this bronzy color, gold color. And you could do your own belt bag with that if you wanted to. So thinking about selling that one. The next bag may come as a shock or it may not, is this Givenchy Antigona. And I'm thinking about selling this. This is in the mini size, and I love this bag. It was my everyday bag before I got the small size. And as you can see, they are almost the same color. This is navy, and the name of the color was called Petrol. I'm gonna put this one down for a minute. So I do have the strap inside of it. I used it every day until I got the other one. I love it. The biggest negative is the strap for two reasons. One, when I first got the bag, the strap has these little studs on them, and they scratched up my arm for a while. They're very pointy. The big one doesn't have these. So that was one negative, was they scratched up my arm. The second negative is these, they're almost like a D-ring, except they don't clip. They just got like a little notch. They slide off these rings right here constantly. It is a big negative about the mini bag. So I still love it. I think it's cute. I actually like the navy color or dark blue better than I do the other one, but they're so close in color that it's almost, if I didn't hold them up side by side, I think people would probably think they were the same color. And you know, it is in, I think, good, very good shape. I don't know if I would say excellent. I'm looking at it. There's some fading or worn off of the leather over on here. I'm looking at it. The bottom looks great. This is the pebbled leather, so you don't really see a lot of scratches in it. There's something right here, like, I don't know if that's a scratch or just a mark on it. But I think it's in very good to excellent condition. I think Fashion File would list it as very good, maybe excellent, I don't know. So thinking about selling those two, I'm not sure how much I would get for them. I would want to make it worth my while, and one reason I'm not considering eBay is basically eBay's dead for me. I think I might have sold one thing in December and maybe one thing in October, and I don't remember. It's been a lot, you know, maybe one thing sells a month if I'm lucky. So I'm not really considering it on eBay, and it always makes me nervous to sell designer items on eBay that I'm going to get scammed. It just scares me to death. But this is my most worn handbag, or most used handbag. It is my everyday bag, and I love it. The strap does come off a little bit, but not as much as the mini does. So I would say, if you like a decent size bag, this is, I don't want the medium size. This is the small. So it is the, I don't know why they do it. So it comes in medium, small, and mini. So basically the small size is the one in the middle. I would think it should be small, medium, and large, but regardless. The medium size I felt was just too big for me. I didn't have a need for it. But this one is perfect, and I have had it since around, when did I get it? I want to say it was 2017, like around November or something of 2017, and I've used it almost every day since then, and it does have a lot of wear. Structurally, it's in fantastic shape. I can't complain. I mean, it is still in basically the same shape it was in when I opened the box. But the leather is wearing off right here, and which actually surprises me, because I don't know why it's wearing off right there. That is not a piece of, or not a section of the bag that basically comes in contact with anything very often. At least I don't think so. But I would love it. I would love to get one in black. I'm not planning on it anytime soon, but my next one, I do plan on getting a black one, but I want the smooth leather. Yeah, so maybe sometime in the next couple of years will I get another one. It's also worn right there. So I'm not planning on selling this one. I love this one. And I would say if you're in the market for a luxury bag and you need one that's a decent size that you would like to use every day, I highly recommend the Givenchy Antigona small size. Love it, love it, love it. So that's just my thoughts on those handbags. Yeah, like, what else did I want to say? I feel like there was something else, but I might have just covered everything I was thinking about. So I will have a few more hauls coming up for you. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I had, I've done a vision board. It's not something that I want to publicly share, but I think I've actually done 2 vision boards, and the reason I did 2 was because the first one was too small. The poster board was too small, so I needed 2. One is more for stuff that I would like to obtain this year and places I would like to visit. Then the second one is more of a lifestyle one, and where I would like to see myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually this year. So I look at them both every day, and as far as I'm concerned with vision boards, I think they're a great idea for everybody to do. I don't believe that just by making one that these things will miraculously fall into my lap. I do believe you have to work for them, but what I think is great about the vision board, it keeps it in your mind every single day. I look at them both every single day. So what I plan on doing is, as I get something or reach a goal or something like that, I will let you guys know this was on my vision board, and hopefully that you will believe me when I come to that. And I do want to get more into, let's call it lifestyle for now, or maybe physically. I'm not sure. I do want to get more into that later, but I'm not ready to chat about it yet. I want to get further in my journey before I talk about that. So maybe I'm thinking I have a certain goal that I want to reach by the end of March. So I kind of made 2 goals, and one was the end of March, basically the first quarter of the year and the second quarter of the year. I've set 2 goals for both of those quarters, and hoping I will make them. So they are on my vision board, and I am looking forward to seeing how it unfolds this year. I'm very excited about that. I don't want to rush my life away, but I do want to reach those goals. And as I get certain handbags that I'm thrilled about, and if it's stuff I put on my vision board, I'll say, hey, I put this on my vision board and now I've got this. So I am doing some handbag hauls for you lately. So you'll see one either this week or next week. Just let me know which you prefer. Then I'm not sure, I've got another one filmed, but I feel kind of, even though I have them now, I just feel weird putting them up so close. I don't know why. Anyway, there may be another one like the next week. And there is an item in the next haul, not this bag, but the next one, that I'm still not 100% committed to, and I talk about that in that video. And I think it's, again, going back because I was like, I might have just done too much all at once. But anyway, it's been handbag heavy in this video, but I just wanted to ask you guys, I have not purchased it yet. But what do you guys think about, and it's not on my vision board, but I'm thinking about sticking a photo up of it, the Louis Vuitton On The Go. They just released the one in Empreinte. They did it in Noir and Cream, I think. The Noir one, because I was stalking the Louis Vuitton website, sold out in less than a day. And I will admit, it kind of hurt my heart a little bit. There, oops, the photo moved. There it is right there. I love that bag. Right now it is saying, well, Oh, it is saying notify me, so it is sold out. My understanding is the cream color is still available. Well, maybe not. Anyway, I don't know. It's not on my phone right now. There's the cream color. So those two were available on Louis Vuitton's website. They were released on Friday as a pre-launch, and the black one sold out on Friday. Now, this one right here, if it ever comes up, there's a glare on the phone, sorry about that, that one's saying call for availability. This one goes in and out of stock. I've started stalking the website. I love those. There's also one on Fashion File that I am stalking as well, and it was released in 2019, and it was the multicolor one that's pink on one side, red, yellow, and orange on the other sides. You guys may know. There's one available, actually two, but one of them says it smells like cigarettes on the inside. I'm like, I don't want that. I'm stalking that one too, so, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I will admit, I'm somebody who loves color, and I'm always attracted to color first before I go with a more like a solid black bag or the cream colored bag, or even the muted browns. I like the bright colors, and I will admit to you guys that that one that's pink and red, purple and yellow, that probably matches nothing, is like, oh my goodness, I love it. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've just got all these ideas coming out of my mind and stuff, and I've just been into handbags. I don't know what happened to me. I've loved bags for years, but most of last year, there was other stuff going on in my life, and when that stuff was going on, I kind of lost interest in fashion, and I started feeling, you know, things got better. I started feeling better, and now my interest in fashion is basically like just turned up 100%. So I'm like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, and I might be, like I said a little bit earlier, maybe a little neurotic about it, a little cray-cray, but I am right now definitely interested in handbags again. Shoes, yes, but not as much. I still love shoes, but handbags are what is it for me right now. As far as clothing goes, yes, but I am trying to reach a goal in my life. A certain, I don't want to necessarily, I don't want to put everything on a number, but I know the reason why I think we do numbers is because I was at this number before in my life, and let me tell you, I felt so much better. You know, I want to say one of those things, you know, your size, your weight, whatever, doesn't define who you are as a person. None of that. I'm not trying to go there. Don't think I am. But for me personally, and I think for a lot of people, if we are willing to admit it, your size can affect your health and how you feel physically, mentally as well. It doesn't determine, again, who you are as a person, but I think at least with me, it affects me physically, how I feel physically, and how I feel mentally. And so I know how I felt when I was a certain number. So that's why I've kind of have put a little emphasis in my goals on a number. Only because I've been that place before and I know how good I felt. So I definitely want to do a spring haul, clothing wise, and I want to get close to this certain number. I don't know that I will get to it in the spring, so I don't want to go too crazy with the fashion, but where I am right now, I feel so much better than where I was last year. Already, I feel so much better. And I'm doing better. So as far as fashion wise, what I have done, just to kind of give you a clue, is I have gone onto different websites and I have looked at different things that I'm interested in. And I am putting like some things that I really like in the size that I would like to get them in, and I'm putting them in my wish list, and I'm taking screenshots, and I've got a wish list of fashion on in my photos on my phone. And so I would definitely like to do a spring fashion haul right before Easter because I would like to get something for Easter and do the fashion haul there. And then I hope before my birthday, I will hit my ultimate goal. Actually, my birthday's in July, so I would like to hit the goal by the end of June. I'm not telling you what it is right now because I've talked for so long, my camera just cut me off, so I restarted it, but I don't want to say it now because, again, I want to get further along to make sure I succeed. On one hand, though, I feel like I should say it because it holds me accountable, but I've done that before. I got to where I wanted, and then I gained the weight back. So I don't want this channel to be all about that, but as I reach certain milestones in this year, I will definitely share those with you guys. So look forward to seeing those coming up in a couple of months. My first milestone is at the end of March. That's where I've set it. So I will definitely share the numbers with you. I don't mind doing that, but I'll share them with you in March. Or maybe it may be the 1st of April because I'm pushing myself to March 31st. So I don't know what day of the week that falls on, and I usually film Saturday or Sunday, so it may be around the 1st of April before I share that. But anyway, so I would definitely like to do a spring haul for you guys and for myself, and then I would like to do a birthday haul, and I've got a few things on my wish list that I would like to be able to obtain by my birthday. And it would be probably one of the most fantastic hauls I've ever done if that happens. So I'm willing to put that out in the world. So I just hope you guys have all been doing well. Oh, almost forgot, I want to show Coco and Chanel before I wrap this video up. So they're both snoozing right now, so let me go wake them up. Their bed is in the sun right now, and we are having a sunshiny but cold day. It was like 30 degrees this morning. So here is Coco, and she is doing so good. Yes, she is. She's got to lose a little bit of weight too. I think I've mentioned that before. The vet said she's got to lose a pound. Chanel, on the other hand, is skinny as she can be, and she gets more food than Coco, and she doesn't gain weight. So I was like, if only I was like you, Chanel. Eat whatever I wanted. Actually, Chanel is a picky eater and Coco is not. Chanel always sniffs her food first before she eats it, and Coco is like a vacuum cleaner, just sucks it right up. So I think that's the problem with Coco's size and then Chanel's, while she is skinny and Coco's a little plump. But anyway, they are doing really well. I just love my girls. Yes, they do. Mommy loves you so much. I love both of them. Do you guys follow Lulu, the dachshund in the Netherlands? She just had puppies, and I'm obsessed with these puppies. I'm acting like they're mine because I watch the Instagram stories constantly. I go back and rewatch them, and I was like, oh, I just love those puppies so much. Coco and Chanel have been fixed, so they will not be having puppies because number one, I don't want to get into breeding. I'm fine. I've got them from a breeder. I'm fine with that. I'm great if you want to adopt a dog from a shelter or if you want to get it from a breeder. I have no issue with either one. I decided because I wanted puppies, dachshund puppies, that's why I went with a breeder. They're harder to find rescue-wise, whereas a full-grown dachshund isn't. There are plenty of full-grown ones in rescues because they can be very difficult dogs. They're very noisy, very needy, and then they can have some medical issues as well as any other dogs. But anyway, they are doing well, but I am just stalking Lulu's Instagram page and Facebook page, and I'm seeing the same videos over and over again. I just love those puppies, and I'm kind of sad that Coco or Chanel won't ever have any puppies, but another reason why they got fixed was because I don't think I could have gotten rid of them. I would have kept all the puppies. So then I would have had potentially 7 dachshunds in the house. That would have been crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, and I will chat with you guys later. I hope you're doing great. Bye bye, everybody.